post. Wow. And listen, this is
not
aggressive
come on,
on
a Tuesday.
JJ. This is not about anything that these guys can or cannot do. It is just the reality of the league that we all love and consume insatiably. All three of the guys that are at the center of what the Warriors have done have missed notable amounts of time with injuries.
I just want you to know that I did not request that clip. That is all. That's all him.
I did not do that. Why are you lying? Molly just lied on me on national television. I did not do that. I did not request that. I don't have to because you know, and I can prove it wasn't me, Eminem. If it were me, I would have just said replay me picking the Warriors, not you picking against them.
That's true.
That's absolutely true.
That's true.
But as our big brother Stephen A. has said, sometimes you're wrong, and I was wrong, and that's fine. I've already addressed this on my Twitter account. I will absolutely take it on the chin. I was absolutely wrong. I did not mean that as a slight at those guys, but I didn't see it. And I think the way that the Warriors were able to revamp, kudos, salute to them. It was a true privilege to be able to take it all in person. It was funny during our post-game interview after they won with Clay. I don't know if Clay knew that I also said that, but he was like, you know, Monica, we hear everybody. The dynasty's over. And I just started laughing because I was like, yeah, I said that too. How wrong could I have been?
Yes.
So I was wrong. It's cool. Nobody
you know what, Monica?
He came up to me and thanked me because he knew.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I'm talking about. Please,
I didn't pick against.
I can't hear it again.
I didn't pick against.
There's a statute of limitations for how many times you can say.
Warriors.
Just like to stop.
Listen,
somebody put a muzzle on him, please.
Not just that, because I'm picking them again.
Around the horn when
I'm picking them again.
When Tony can mute
you need
people,
a mute button.
I need mute button.
You know what? That is the one show. All seriousness. That is the one show on ESPN I have never, nor will I ever appear on, which is Around the Horn.
Because you're scared of the mute button.
No one, and I'm not scared. No one is muting me. That ain't happening. Just the fact they got a mute button, I ain't showing up.
The great Tony Reali is an incredible host. Shout out to all of the behind-the-scenes folks. I actually would love to see you on Around the Horn. That'd be hilarious.
It will never happen.
But it is an art. It is an art to be able to deliver within the time frame. But continue,
it doesn't matter.
Okay,
no one
this is too much about you. I want this to be about the Warriors. Monica, I want to give you a chance for redemption because I'm all about second chances in life. Do you think the Warriors will win back-to-back titles?
Oh, man. Listen, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I don't know if you're going to fool me twice. Here's the thing. This group is, I remember we were on Get Up and Jay Will said, there's a window that now looks to be open for the next 3 years. And I was like, 3 years? Come on now. They got some role players that are having a great run. Like, come on. But honestly, when you look at what they're able to do in terms of developing talent, the way that Steph is completely locked in and continues to work on his body, I loved the quote from him where he was talking about a year ago. He was working on his body for this year's finals. There's nothing that the Warriors organization does without a finals and a championship in mind. So could you see them repeating? I absolutely think that's feasible. Like, that is legitimately feasible. I wonder, out of the East, how much the Celtics grow. I wonder if the Bucks are healthy, who could be their possible biggest threat. But if they continue to stay healthy and those role players continue to grow, you know what you're going to get out of Steph Curry. Draymond Green, you know what you're going to get from him. I think Clay is getting better and getting back to form. I don't think that he reached pre-injury form this season, but I think that's in the forecast.
We got to let you go.
It's really hard.
Let me say this real quick. People need to mention the name Joe Lacob, the owner for the Golden State Warriors. He ain't playing. This man wants Jerry Buss numbers. He wants to surpass the Lakers and the and the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
This is not a man that is sitting around and saying, I got 4 now and I'm good. This is a man that's saying, I got 4. We going to get 5 next year.
All in.
Like, immediately.
Strength in numbers.
The night they won the title. That's 4. That's 4. He's coming and he's willing to spend the money. Beware.
Okay, Monica.
The only thing that I will add
is
they continue to be the standard. Obviously, people are coming for them. And so winning is never something we should take for granted. That's all I got.
All right, Monica, what color tonight?
I'm not sure yet. I got some things coming to the hotel, Molly. It might be white. I really like the top that I have, but I'm not sure.
You better get on that. All right, have fun tonight. You're going to kill it.
Coming
up on First Take, as questions continue to swirl around Kyrie's future, is the answer just a short subway ride away? New York, stand up. And all the men that supported those women. Today marks the 50th anniversary of the Title IX and the landmark legislation that prohibits sex-based discrimination in schools. Title IX dramatically altered the landscape for sports for women. And 50 years later, names like Serena Williams, leagues like the WNBA, legacies like the U.S. women's national soccer team are a part of everyday sports conversation. But as we celebrate, equality remains a work in progress. The story of Title IX is still being written in the next 50 years. Starts right now. And we'll be asking Sue Bird about this in just a moment. Now we transition to the NBA. Stephen A., the Lakers, could they entice Kyrie Irving to leave Brooklyn? According to NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski, they are considered the most significant threat for the Nets. Star point guard Irving and LeBron, of course, were teammates for 4 years in Cleveland and won a championship together. Here's Woj with more.
Big part of this decision, these negotiations are built around how it impacts Kevin Durant. He wants Kyrie Irving back. He understands that with him and with a healthy team, this is still a championship contender. And the Nets do have concern, and rightfully so, that if Kyrie Irving leaves, would Kevin Durant ask for a trade? But also, there's some concern that the fatigue that others have felt around him and the drama that has surrounded him, that at some point Kevin Durant can feel some of that fatigue too. But it is really a line the Nets are trying to walk this week to get a deal done with Kyrie Irving, find some common ground there that keeps this team together.
Okay, now we bring back Wendy and Monica McNutt. Monica, let me just say again, I can't wait to see you a part of draft coverage, and I know the fit's going to be fire. So that's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Tell me this, is it fair for KD to want out if Kyrie leaves, Monica?
I think so, Molly. I think this is where we are in the league, where there are a handful of guys that can say what they want, and teams will move to make that happen. We've seen it with Kyrie. We've seen it with James Harden. KD is of that same ilk and caliber of player. Personally, and I'm inclined to believe that he would stay because I still think he's a guy that other players want to come and play alongside. But if he did want out, it would not shock me. I think these guys have proven their value. They've proven the box office nature, to use Stephen A's word. And that's the league that we are currently living in terms of the landscape. He has the status to do that. And so if he did want out, it would not shock me. Like I said, I do hope that he stays. He's a guy that has talked endlessly about kind of just being able to find peace, not so much happiness, because he believes that's a fleeting idea. I don't know how much he does or does not love the situation in Brooklyn apart from Kyrie, but it would not surprise me if that's what we get into, should Kyrie no longer be a Brooklyn Net.
Go ahead, Wendy.
The Nets didn't start this process without being aware of this danger. It wasn't like it just occurred to them that KD might be unhappy when Kyrie decided to seek his other options. They are taking a